I'm going to do an insight video today. Everything again is very much around like releasing and cleansing and clearing. This transformation and transmutation seems to be one of the biggest things that are coming up with the 3D reality and moving towards the 5D reality. I can already feel it. I keep feeling every day I'm being sort of like guided and directed to release energy. I feel like, in this moment, in this time, in this very second, as I sit there and do this reading, I'm being asked to release. I've got a lot of energy in my tummy, which is around stress and anxiety, and I feel like my body's being used as this sort of as this tool to understand. And I feel like the guides and the energies I'm being very much sort of like connected to let go. And as I sit there and talk about this, I've just had a guide step forward. He's dressed in white. He's dressed in pure white with long white hair, long white beard. It's how I usually see guides. They've always appeared in this kind of way, where they're very sort of like, they look very sort of like biblical. They've always got like long hair and a long beard. So they always bring energy. They always bring purity. They always bring truth, strength, courage, all those kind of things that are needed. Very much around gold again, which is this golden energy related to wisdom, insight, but it also connects to, for me, the energy, the source energy of gold is very much connected to like um, the universal source and the source energy, but also like you would see like the Master Jesus was always very much around like golden energy and golden light, which is very much around healing. It's very much around wisdom. It's about understanding. It's about truth. Um, and again, it's around alchemy as well, which is around creation. Um, I feel this very much. The gold color is also, I feel, in the vibration and the frequency is very much around resonates with union and harmony and balance as well. Very much around that. This guide just steps forward. I've also got pink coming in, which is very much around harmony, balance, union again. But this guide stepped forward, and it's about releasing at the moment. We've got to release all of this energy. We're so full of, our energy fields are very much full of the 3D blueprint at the moment, and part of the 5D shift is realizing and becoming much more conscious about shifting that energy and shifting it out of your own energy field. I keep feeling impressed, and I'm getting the impression of standing in your own light, in your own energy, in your own power. This is source energy, but it's also about walking and expressing that light. And this is what we do as light workers. We walk on the planet expressing this light, this truth, this understanding, but we also open up our own energy, our own center, heart centers, and our energy to connect to others. It's about us sort of aligning with like other people as well, because what it is it helps to, this is part of the ascension process. It awakens ourselves to our own energy, our own creative spark, our own union with the divine source energy. But it also, by having that kind of frequency in your own energy, you help to connect to others on a spiritual level, and that helps to awaken them as well. And that's how it works. It works in that way. But I'm definitely being impressed to very much around sort of like dissolving and releasing and letting go. Letting go is a big one that I seem to be getting at the moment. This is very much around my own individual path and journey today. It's very much about letting go. Very much do you get like caught up into the 3D reality. You get caught in the external things of money, bills, um, all those kind of things, the stresses and strains of life. 5D blueprint is not about that. Spirit are not involved, or not sort of interested in money or anything. What they're interested in is abundance of energy, abundance of light. They're interested in you expressing it, you becoming a vessel, a channel of light, and how you bring that forward. As I also connecting to this, I'm seeing a diamond shape now again in my third eye, and I'm also feeling my energy shift completely as I sit there and talk about this at this moment. I feel like the light and the energy is coming through my third eye to give me clarity, give me vision, give me insight, and it's very much around that at the moment. It's about connecting to that source energy. Again, I keep talking about this kind of sense of stepping into your own power. Well, stepping into your own power is stepping into your own light, expressing your light, being that spiritual being, being that spiritual channel, so you can start to connect to that higher aspect of yourself, that infinite self. A lot of this time is about that. The 5D blueprint was very much around being connected to the universal sort of source, the universal energies, but also the guides and the different spiritual realities. And again, this goes back to like Lemuria, this goes back to Atlantis again. When we were walking, as it like physical beings, but in a higher spiritual sort of frequency, a higher spiritual sort of reality. There was no disconnection. Again, this is connects to the universal law of oneness. It's so important at the moment to step into that light, step into that power. It's so important to start to resonate and release and sort of like let go of all those things. Daily cleansing, daily clearing is so essential in this time. Don't get caught up into the old patterns. Don't get caught up in the old frequencies. Don't get caught up in your mind. And let it go and start to step into your own energy. It's about being again with that universal law of correspondence. The universal laws are essential. They're essential for this kind of spiritual living and this spiritual time at this moment. This is why they're coming back. They've always been there, but we don't necessarily live within those. And the universal law of correspondence talks about again about that inner light, that inner source energy. And this is what I feel this guy's stepped forward to do. It's come into my energy. It's sort of stepped close to remind me of that, to remind me of that frequency, that energy in me, that you know that you have the ability to transform and transmute anything at any time. You have that universal will. And that's what it's about. It's about sort of like starting to really dissolve those things. Don't become attached to the external world. And also the universal law of correspondence works, how I see it, is like a projector or projecting. So like in the sense that, you know, if I sit there and resonate within my universal energy, which I feel very light and bright now, it's like that's what's starting to be created. That's the blueprint. It sort of dissolves everything, but it comes from within, and then it goes out into the external world, and it creates this different reality. And it's very much around that, and you can only do that from going within. Again, this connects to the universal law of inspired action, which is very much around being in like a sanctuary or a sacred space where you start to then connect to that insight and that understanding. It's very much around, I think, what we're doing. And this is how I feel in my journey. So I'm going to say how I feel in my journey. I feel like I sit in here in my own sort of like space, and I do these readings, and I'm completely connected. I'm completely aligned. But when you step out the door and you step into your like your everyday lives, then we start to lose that connection. And how we do that is we end up then stepping out into the 3D blueprint, and we're not connected or aligned with that 5D blueprint, that energy, that insight. It's the key thing at the moment is walking in that light and expressing it, but doing it every moment. It's like, you know, when Eckhart Tolle talks about the power of now, where he talks about beingness in that moment and connected to that light. It's about being able to take that resonance, that vibration into your everyday and every moment. And it's about then, so when you walk into work, there's going to be chaos, there's going to be light, there's going to be dramas, there's going to be stress, there's going to be anxiety, but you need to remember that light, that energy is with you, and it's trying to remain in that, remain connected to it. That's the key at the moment, and that's what creates the 5D blueprint, because you start to walk and align as like a spiritual being in your physical reality. But it also aligns in a way, because again this connects to that diamond energy that I've been talking about, which is the union. It brings the two worlds together. So it brings the spirit world and the physical world, where they coexist in perfect harmony. And it's about that. It's what heaven and earth is about, and this is what this 5D blueprint's about. And again, it's about that. So as I sit there and connect into it, my whole body, my whole energy now is vibrating on a light frequency. It's very light, it's very white, it's very bright, it's very pure, and it's bringing that kind of cleansing, that clearing, that healing. It's like everything becomes lighter, everything becomes vibrant, everything becomes alive. And it's also then, it's like you've got that energy. It's about trying to build that energy as well, because I think I've felt over the last few days and the last week or so, there's been like a shift in the energy, and I felt not as energized as I have done. So it's again, this is a key moment to start to, you know, connect into that source energy, connect into that light, that energy, connect within, and start to really energize yourself, vibrate. If you're not vibrating on the level that you usually feel, and you feel like you have less energy, that's a key moment to tell you, or like an indicator that you're not vibrating on that inner light, because that inner light, there's an infinite source, an infinite energy. So it's about trying to remain in that. Don't get stuck in your head. Don't get stuck in those thoughts and those worries and those stresses, because they only lower your vibration. And when you lower your vibration, then you disconnect yourself. And the 5D blueprint doesn't work on that. The 5D blueprint is all about harmony, about peace, about balance. There's no worries, there's infinite abundance. When you're in 5D reality, it's about infinite abundance, infinite opportunities, being open all the time to receive the flow of the universe, the flow of the divine. Again, this connects to our Moira. So it's very much around that at the moment, and we need to sort of like really sort of work on our resonance and our vibration at the moment. Take time daily, slow, like do lots of breathing to feel like your energy's filling up within your physical body, and it's opening up your energy centers. Very much around shifting that energy that's needed at the moment. But also remember, you're a light being with light energy, and your light, your energy has a vibration and frequency. It's for you, but it's also for the planet, and it's for everybody else. So use your light in that way. You know, express your light to connect to others, to lift others, to expand other people's awareness, to open them up to us, so that this is part of the ascension process. This is what the masters want. And again, when we step into that source energy, we open up, and we open up those different channels, as we start to connect to the spiritual realities. And this is where the masters will come in. This is where the angels will come in, because they're all on that 5D blueprint. But we have to connect with it. When we align with it, then we start to connect into our infinite source of energy, but infinite source and divine intelligence of the universal guides, the angels, the universal teachers, and they're all around us. It's very much staying, remaining open. Don't let things bring you down. And if you feel like your energy, like I feel my belly, if you feel that energy coming on, step inside it and dissolve it and release it. That's what we need. We need to be cleansing and clearing. And today is a very much a day of cleansing and clearing. So it's going to be a whole day of you keep reminding yourself that you need to remain aligned and back into your light. And that's the aspect of the fifth dimensional reality, where you start to really become conscious of letting go of things, and letting go of things that don't serve you anymore. And this time's very much around that. So that's the insight for today.